Hi, it's Cook here. Welcome to my channel. For those of you who just found my channel, welcome on board. Today I will be making a Vietnamese noodle soup. It's one of the most popular noodle soups in Vietnam. It is called bún riêu. As always, I'm using my brochure pork rib bone for my soup base. Bring water to boil, add in 1 tablespoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of vinegar, add in pork bones. I'm going to boil it for a good 5 to 15 minutes, and I'm not trying to cook my pork bones. This is how I remove impurities from any type of pork bones before I prepare my soup base. Once done, set the bone aside. Using a 10 quarts pot, add in water, fill it up to the top, leaving about 1 inch from the rim up, add in bones and 1 teaspoon of salt. Then use a splatter guard and cover it and cook for 1 hour on medium. My recipe for bún riêu is a little bit different here, where I added carrots puree as a coloring agent for my soup base. After I cooked it, took it out, pureed, and then added back into my soup. You will see the color is more vibrant and it gives me the exact color I want for my bún riêu. And at this point, the water level has reduced down to about 1.5 inch from the top. Now my soup base is done. I'm going to prepare my meat. I'm using 2 pounds of ground pork. Now I'm going to add in my spicy crab paste. Comes in a 15.52 ounce jar. Then mix it in and add in about 7 ounces of water to get all the paste into the ground pork. Give it a good mix. Add in 2 eggs. Mix the 2 eggs into the crab paste and pork. Now add in 1 tablespoon of salt. Add in 1 tablespoon of sugar. Then add in about 2 teaspoons of ground black pepper. Crab paste is important to this recipe. Without it, you cannot make the bún riêu. The crab paste itself is salty, and it is good to mix with eggs to give it the desired texture and also to help it flow in the soup. I went ahead and diced half white onion, 2 cloves of garlic, and sauteed with 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. Then add in 1 tablespoon of ground ginger, which I forgot to show it here because I turned off my camera. Once all these ingredients are done, I will then add them back to my ground pork mixture. I'm using 6 tomatoes and cut them into wedges and set them aside. I'm also using 2 bags of seafood mushroom. Looks very much like enoki mushrooms. Now bring the broth to boil. Add in ground pork mixture. Give it a good stir, and we are almost there. Extra mini king oyster mushrooms, so I'm gonna go ahead and add them in. using tofu for my recipe, using Beiyaku tofu recommended by one of my friends. The texture of this particular tofu is chewy and it's a little bit different than the rest of the other tofu. Cut it into a 1 inch in length and a 1/4 in thickness. Now add in the rest of the ingredients: mushrooms, tomato, and fried tofu. Now give it a good stir to avoid meat sticking to the bottom of the pot. Now add in green onions and cilantro. Look how beautiful the color is. It's red orange color, which is what I want. Add in ground black pepper, and my dish is ready to go. Last item for this recipe is to prepare Vietnamese rice vermicelli. I am using this particular brand because the noodle tastes a lot better than the rest of them. This is a recipe that serves 8 to 9 people. I'm using 2 pounds of Vietnamese rice vermicelli. Bring water to boil and add in 1 tablespoon of salt. Then add in rice vermicelli and cook for about 5 minutes. Use a chopstick to push the noodle into the water. If you don't have chopstick, you can use a fork. Place a small bowl inside a colander. This method helps to keep the noodles from sticking to the bottom of the colander, and it also helps to drain the noodles much faster. Pour noodles into a colander in the sink. Cold water will remove surface starch and cools the noodles to stop the process of cooking. If you notice, my noodle is very dry and it doesn't stick to each other. Having your own garden comes in handy at this time. I'm going to pick 1 fresh lemon for this recipe. Add in bean sprout to your bowl. Then add in noodles. Now pour in the crab paste base soup. Now squeeze in 1 wedge of lemon juice, garnish with mint, chilies, green onion, and cilantro. Yes, that's my German Shepherd Boxer dog in the background watching me cooking. And that's it for this recipe. You can garnish with dry onion and dry shrimp. Hope you enjoy watching this video. Hopefully you can give it a try and let me know how it goes. Until then, take care. Bye now.